Alright, so welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're basically clickbaiting you about the Praetorium. I'm sorry. Basically, this is going to be an open discussion about the Praetorium and why we should get it and why we shouldn't. And it's awesome. And Dan Siskin, please stop teasing me on Instagram by posting these pictures. And, yeah, stuff like that. So,
it's just like the greatest set ever.
It's awesome.
We get lost in the just thinking about it, looking at it, imagining we could be inside it.
So here's the problem. We have the barracks. I'm eternally grateful for it, thanks to the cats. It's obviously a lie, but Dave still thinks it's the cats.
It is the cats. You know it to be true.
Anyway, it's a really cool set, even though we haven't built it yet. We really need to. The only reason why we haven't is because we are building this mock now, but then after that we're going to get to this. But anyway,
when we get we're saving this to when we get monetized.
Yeah, of course. We didn't intentionally do that, but now we're doing it. Anyway, the problem is once you have the barracks, the Roman gatehouse, I forgot what that's called, but the Roman gatehouse is like $950. Now they're sold out online, but I'm pretty sure they have some in stores, and like, that's reachable. And then you get the walls, but then you only have like one barracks to, for the walls of defense. So then you got to get the Praetorium and the Principium. So I mean, it's just awesome. And we also have the Roman figures. So like we have 2 of the 5 ingredients.
It's kind of like buying a seat in a seat, but you don't have a stadium or anything to go with it.
Exactly.
So you really need the entire stadium to experience the full joy and pride of ownership.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, look at this thing. The render they did of it is just so awesome. And they didn't even show everything you get. Dan Siskin, I'll show up these pictures, but Dan Siskin has been posting out pictures on Instagram like about the whole set and everything, and it's just like, they're just awesome. It's 10,000 pieces. And let's talk about price for a second. It's $6,115, right?
But
that's way expensive.
But
Brickmania is having trouble selling the last one, and they have put it on 20% off.
4,800.
Yeah, and that's still too expensive. And then they also, when they had spring clearance sales, they got it down to like 3,800, and then we could have saved an additional 5%, and it would have been down to like 350 or so.
350.
And that's when we actually, it's right on that fine line between like, is it too much or is it not? 3,500 we probably could have done.
It's on the fine line of fiscal irresponsibility and, are you crazy? You spent how much for that?
So if it gets down to like another 25% off plus that 5% off that Beyond the Brick can save you, if it like was 50% off basically, or a little more, we would have to really seriously consider it. But at the price tag right now, we can't get it, is the thing. But here's where you guys
thanks IRS for taking away all my money.
Oh no, here we go.
But that's a different story and a different video for a different video channel. We digress. Continue.
Anyway, but basically, it's just too much money. So this is my plea to Brickmania. Either give me the last one as a sponsorship, or give it to me and I'll just like do really good pictures with it and then I'll send it back.
I think it's more than too much money. I think we're looking at it wrong. I think we really need to look at it from this perspective, and that is, can we afford not to get it?
Yes.
Because think of all the damage we're doing to our health, all the bad endorphins or dolphins or whatever get released that mess up our system and cause bad health and bad heart, and all the money we're going to spend repairing those issues. We'd probably save money in the long run by getting this set. Am I wrong here? Does this not make sense?
It makes sense, but it's too much money.
I mean, when you're at the point, and I believe you're at this point, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're at the point where you would crawl over 3 miles of broken glass and drunkard's puke,
I would not do that.
Stark naked on your hands and knees just to sniff the tire tracks of the truck that brought all the pieces for the set to Brickmania, I think you're in a do or die, life or death situation.
But I wouldn't do that.
I would.
Just to smell the tires.
Who says I haven't?
your body because you have no glass marks.
Since when have you been looking at me naked?
Cannot include that in the video. Let's move on to the images and the pictures, and it just looks awesome. You get 7 minifigures in this set, 10,000 pieces. It's kind of plain from the outside, and I watched this video. I think his name was Brick Victor on YouTube, and he basically said, you can't buy this, you should not buy it, it's way overpriced. And what he failed to mention is you get all these printed parts, because he said, look at this, if you go on to Bricklink and you order 10,000 pieces, you can get it for, these are pretty basic bricks, I'm going to estimate 15 cents per brick, and he came out to $1,500 is how much the set should cost. Well, he didn't count parts, like printed parts, he didn't count specialty parts, he didn't count the horse, he didn't count minifigures, he didn't count the time and for the design, he didn't account for overhead, he didn't account for sorting the bricks, he didn't account for packaging materials, he didn't account for like all kinds of stuff. So I think it's still overpriced. I think like $3,000, $4,000 would be reasonable for it for like what it's actually worth. But I don't think it's so egregiously overpriced that, you know, you should not buy it at all if you really want it, is what I'm saying. Especially at this 20% off discount, it's pretty tempting. Especially at the 45% discount.
Well, let's do a little figuring here, shall we?
Alright, here we go.
If you go cut grass, I'm even willing to raise your wages from what it is now up another $10 an hour. And if you cut grass diligently and regularly and do a good job, in about 3 years you would have enough money to pay for this.
You realize you would still be paying for it at that point. So it's not like grass cutting money comes out of nowhere, it comes out of your pocket.
But it saves me time and money and stress of cutting and doing nothing but working and cutting grass till after the sun goes down, and then going to bed exhausted and unfulfilled with never any joy or fun in my life. That's worth a lot of money is what I'm saying.
I can afford it now because I do have money in the stock market and I have money in savings and stuff, but it's just an irresponsible thing to do, and that's why I haven't done it.
Well, fortunately, I'm fiscally irresponsible.
I know, that's what I'm counting on.
And your cats, they have no concept, so who knows? Next Christmas, you may be digging through their litter box and you find a little card in there that says, go look in the dryer. And you open the dryer and there it is.
That's how the cats gave this to me. So if you're wondering that a reference.
It was worth it just to see you go through their litter box.
I didn't go through their litter box. I remember distinctly he had the last Christmas present. It was the litter box, and I could see it, and the whole family was disgusted at Dave for doing that.
It was the best Christmas ever.
It's just weird. Didn't you do? Oh yeah, and then the Christmas before that, you got me just litter box, and it had waste from our cats in it. Really sick and depraved, and
I was setting you up.
Yeah. So that's our cats for you and Dave. I'm sorry, Foggy. Yeah, that's my cat's name. Anyway, just a quick video talking to you about the Praetorium. It's a quick video talking about the Praetorium. It's a really cool set. I wish we could get it, but there's just really no way. Unless Dan Siskin, if you want to give it to us at cost or something, it'd be great. Shift that inventory. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is just me clickbaiting.
We need to start a GoFundMe page.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want people. If you want to financially support me, go buy from Brickafit.com. That's a French soldier available now. Instructions will probably be available soon. There's instructions right now that are available. So yeah, if you want to go support us there, you can.
Nice marketing ploy. Very shrewd.
Anyway, yeah, you got clickbaited. All right, we'll see ya.
You're probably wondering what the P stands for. You probably looked at this and you thought the Pittsburgh Pirates.
That's what I thought.
Well, you thought wrong. It stands for Praetorium, baby. Go Praetorium. You know it to be true.
Goodbye.